Hi Virgos, welcome to your October 2025 General Tarot reading. Thank you for being here with me. My name is Coco and this is Birdsong Musings Tarot. My cats are walking around, so they might hop up, just a heads up. They might make some noise. This is a general reading. All of my readings are general. So it's not going to be a one-to-one private reading. It is not going to connect with absolutely everybody out there all of the time. So if you are feeling like it's not connecting with you today, I always say consider checking out the readings for your moon and rising zodiac signs. There are some months where we connect more with our moon, our sun, or our rising. Happens for me all of the time. If you don't know what your moon and risings are, you can go on Google, type in free birth chart, input your birth data there, and you will have your signs. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I hope you consider sticking around, subscribing to the channel, liking the video if you connect with the reading, or leaving a hopefully nice comment if you so please. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. I'm sorry I did not put out those mid-September eclipse readings. I got very sick, really bad sinus infection, really burnt out from my 9-to-5 job and just didn't get the chance to. And I'm really sorry about that. I really wanted to. But other than that, I hope that you had a lovely birthday season, Virgos. I hope that your season was calm, was chill, and I hope you had a nice birthday. Now, I already pulled most of your cards here. We're going to pull 2 general energy cards together, and we're also going to pull 2 cards of advice together. Here comes one of my cats with her toy. Hi, honey. Okay. All right, we'll get this general energy. Oh my God, immediately. Number 25, you've got the Metamorphosis card, the card of change and transformation. You'll see that there are 2 flamingos on here, as well as some butterflies. Butterflies, always indicate transformation and change. You are emerging from a time of your life. You got into the unknown on the bottom. I feel like the eclipse season that happened in September, possibly something that happened to you in August or back in the summer, it has jolted you into the unknown, basically. You have had to make a lot of adjustments, or there's been some shocking things that have happened recently or are happening in October, and they have you adapting and changing because of them. You're going through a really transformative time right now in your life, and I feel like a lot of it was brought in by the eclipse that happened, or both the eclipses that happened in September. So let's just get one more card of general energy, then we'll move on, please, for these Virgos. General energy, one more card here. Yeah, okay. Change in the wind. This is the equivalent of the Tower card, and you do have the Tower card twice in your reading. Things are changing and shifting for you a lot in the month. You've got the number 7 showing up quite a bit across your reading, as well as the number 5. And this may have happened in regards to a relationship. I feel like for many of you Virgos, it has. Some relationship has really changed for you in the last few months, or it is changing a lot for you in October. And it's just causing lots of domino effect in your life. You are showing up as yourself. You've got the Hermit card, which means that you are staying very authentic to yourself. You are thinking about who you are and your identity in the month, and you're kind of like staying in your authentic energy, if that makes sense. But you've also got the Chariot card. This is you soldiering on in the face of adversity. This is you still pushing an agenda. And when I say that, I don't mean it negatively. I mean you just continuing, okay, life is going on around me. I'm just going to keep to my goals. I'm going to stick to what I'm doing. I'm going to keep going to work. I'm going to keep doing what I have to do for myself. I'm just going to try to treat every day like a normal day, and I'm just going to keep going, keep going. The Chariot is very focused, but the Chariot also tends to indicate a lot of forward movement. So you're really trying to push things forward in the month. You're just trying to keep yourself going. Your challenge here is the Judgment card. This is the card of rebirth. So you are trying in the month to restart. What you are trying to restart, I don't know. Maybe you're just trying to restart your life. You're trying to get things back to normal. I don't think things are ever going to go back to normal based on what is showing up in your reading. I think you're going to have a new normal now. And the Judgment card signals that things have recently changed a lot, and now you're rebuilding. You're starting from the ground up again. So this is you rebuilding after a difficult time, or something happens in October where you feel like, okay, I need to reorient myself. I'm needing to switch things up, and things are just changing and I'm changing with them. You got the Nine of Cups and the Three of Wands. So yeah, this is you trying to figure out the future, trying to figure out, where do I fit in all of this? What is my purpose in all of this? What is my role in all of this? How do I want to move forward in the best way possible? And what is the way forward that I feel like is best oriented for my own and highest good and for my own comfort? Because the Nine of Cups is here. This means you're thinking about yourself. You're saying, okay, you know what? I can't think about anybody else here. This is my life. I've got to do what's best for me. And you're rebuilding from that perspective and frame of mind, which I really, really like. I think that's really cool. The Nine of Cups is one of my favorite cards because it's indicating somebody who is coming from a place of self-fulfillment. They're trying to be content. They're trying to enjoy their life and just like feel okay. They're just trying to feel good. And so you may actually struggle in that way. Like you may struggle in the month with understanding what feels good and what doesn't. You're still figuring that out across October. I do feel like there are a lot of energies where like some days you'll be feeling good and restful and able to think things clearly through and you're going to feel fine. And then other days you're going to feel like, oh my God, lots of conflict, lots of stuff going on. So I just think there's going to be a balance, and you're going to be dancing with that balance in October. Your opportunity this month is the Ten of Pentacles, clarified by the Eight of Swords. Your opportunity is to break out of some outdated way of thinking, of approaching perhaps issues of financial stability, family, legacy, as well as like your physical resources like your home. You may have recently gone through a very traumatic breakup, or that's happening for you in October. You may be losing somebody from your life, a father figure, something like this is happening, and you are needing to almost break out of this cocoon that you have encompassed yourself in, and that's why this Metamorphosis card is here. It's calling on you to break out and be the butterfly you are, right? Like there's time for reflection and there's time for being the hermit, because you are the hermit. But there's also time for when we need to break out of that cocoon and just embrace the changes and move with the punches. So that's what you're being encouraged to do here. That's what your opportunity is. I do want to clarify this Ten of Pentacles a little bit more, so bear with me here. Let's clarify this Ten of Pentacles a bit more here for Virgos in their opportunity, please. Thank you. Ooh, okay. Take this card. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. You're getting a lot of the same cards popping up across your reading. Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, of course. This is you, Seven and Eight of Swords. Hiding. You'll see both these people are hiding. I don't know if you're hiding from something or you're just scared. What are you afraid of, Virgo? I don't know what you're afraid of here. But you've got a Two of Pentacles and an Ace of Pentacles. So you've got some choice to make. And that choice is regarding your finances, your home, the physical resources around you. I feel like your opportunity here is better than you think it is. I think you have a good option here because the Ten of Pentacles wouldn't show up unless the opportunity was good. Unless it was a good job offer coming through. Unless it was a good option in terms of moving, a new lease to sign, a new home to buy. I feel like what's coming through is good. You have the opportunity to start anew, start afresh, a new family life. Maybe you have the opportunity to move your family to a new place and you're just scared. You're kind of tentative and you don't really know what to think about it. It's outdated ways of thinking here that you are learning how to break out of. And yeah, okay, I'm going to move on from that. The situation happening and unfolding across the month for you. You've got the Five of Cups and the Tower card. So there was something either in eclipse season, so back in September, that was shocking, that was difficult to process, difficult to understand, and there's a lot of heavy feelings attached to it. It could have been something really shocking that happened out of nowhere, but it also could have been you actually initiating some kind of massive change in your life that needed to happen. I do feel like it's something that more so happened to you, because you've got the Five of Cups, which indicates a lot of regret, sadness, grief. There's just a lot wrapped up in this card, mental health issues as well. And if that is the case for you, Virgos, I really highly recommend reaching out to a mental health professional. I'm not a professional here, and I don't pretend to be. I love, love, love my therapist, and I really highly recommend therapy and other ways of tapping into your emotions, yoga, meditation, anything woo-woo spiritual that helps you, it helps you, right? So just do whatever you can to find ways to unwind and let your brain and body rest. I really feel like that's important this month. You've got the Emperor to clarify the Five of Cups. There is a breakup, either that's occurring, has occurred, with a masculine romantic partner, or you have lost somebody in your family or in a close friend group who is older than you, perhaps a masculine figure in your family, so a father, a grandfather, an older brother, or perhaps you have lost your spouse. And if that's happened, I'm so, so sorry. That's such a horrible thing. And I really kind of hope this is the message for not many Virgos, because this is a very intense message and reading. You've also got the Death card clarifying the Tower. So yeah, massive, massive change happening for you in October. And it's happening very swiftly. And I think that's got you reeling. The Eight of Wands is here. So this movement is very quick, and I feel like you may be thinking about travel or movement in the month as a result of these changes that are happening. You may be thinking about moving to a different place, perhaps moving back home. You're talking with people about this. You're sharing like, okay, how do we go about this? There's communication here with people. But there's just a lot of quick moving energy this month in October for you. It's like bam, bam, bam. There's just stuff happening everywhere all the time, and you're like, whoa, I need to slow down. Like, I need to slow down, because you're showing up here very quick, and like it's like you're moving very quickly, and everything else around you is moving very quickly. So it's like, whoa, all this forward movement, and you're actually being guided to slow things down a bit when it comes to your own life, but I'll get there when we need to get there. You've also got the Seven of Pentacles. You're showing up like, okay, how can I best go about this now? I'm kind of reassessing things. I'm still showing up every day and I'm still doing what has to be done, but this person is looking back on the work that they've made, and it's not perfect and they're still perfecting it, but they're like, okay, is this the best way to do it moving forward? And that's what I feel like is the name of the game for you across this month. Reassessment, reflection. Like, you are completely realigning yourself based off of all these massive changes that are happening, but you're not sharing your deepest and darkest emotions and secrets about it. Those are staying with you, and they may feel quite heavy, quite persistent across the month. So I want to get into how you're being guided to show up this month and what your advice is. It's actually to take a pause, a break, try to get some rest. Go away from people, try to get a staycation in. Can you just put yourself in your room and put on some music and just forget about the world around you? I really feel like there is a need to slow things down in terms of pace, because like I said, you're showing up, woo, 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 go, go, go. And then your guides are like, wait, hold on. The Hanged Man is putting themselves there purposely because he knows that he needs a change in perspective. And in order to get that change in perspective and just to rest and recover, he needs to be still. So there's a need to be still. And this is across the month when it comes to how busy it gets and also your emotions. You'll be able to better handle the things that are occurring around you. You'll be better able to handle any exhaustion or burnout that you experience. Little choices that you have to make and big choices that you have to make. But even the little ones, like, what do we make for dinner? What am I going to do today? What does my day look like? The choices here, you're going to be better able to make choices when you embrace a slower pace, when you come to them and you come at them in a slower, more intentional way. At the end of the month, I don't see things very much changing a lot, but I feel like, again, you have so much opportunity to start anew. You got the Seven of Cups, so there is some confusion just in terms of like, what does the future look like? Which paths are open to me? Which one is the best for me and my family and my kids or my pets, you know? You have quite a few things to choose from, a few paths to choose, and you're just kind of showing up a little bit confused, not yet clear on what you want to do. But you've got a few cards to clarify here. The Tower, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So there is going to be some time that you get to reflect, recover, recuperate, some restful time. And there are going to be some times where you're feeling a lot of conflict and your emotions are in conflict and maybe you're in conflict with other people. And that's okay. There's just going to be that balance and that play between two very different energies, especially at the end of October for you. However, you do have the card that is the womb. This is the number 22. This is the card of creation, the womb. You know, that is so significant because you are creating a new life for yourself across October. And at the end of October, you're getting a glimpse, I feel like, of the different things that you can do. So yeah, things are opening up for you at the end of the month. So let's go ahead and get your advice and see what you are guided to embrace more of and bring more of into your life. This is the Green Witches Oracle deck. All of the decks that I use are linked in the description box below if you want to get your hands on them. Woo! Okay. Well, we've got quite a few cards here that came out, but we'll take, you know what, we'll take 3 of them because why not? The first card you've got here is Summer. You're guided to embrace the energy of summer, which is expansion and growth. So how can you expand your life? How can you expand your opportunities? And how can you look for more opportunities for growth? I feel like this whole month is an opportunity for growth for you. So you are being asked to move out of ways of outdated thinking, ways that you trap yourself, or ways that you repeat things in your head, maybe like negative self-talk or things that you tell yourself, and ways that you kind of hide from confrontation, hide from change. I think you are being called to expand and grow and embrace this energy in the month. You've also got the card of tend. So tending to yourself, tending to your needs. You're asked to embrace maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. Great. Yeah, I think that's a really good card to get here because how can you get guidance from others on this situation that you're going through? Who can you ask in your life who has been through something like this? I think that's a really valuable piece of advice from your guides. They also want you to get more encouragement. So maybe reaching out to folks, reaching out to like support groups, a mental health professional, like I was mentioning before, and maintenance. So how can you maintain your mental health, your physical health throughout this whole period of time? And how can you maintain like the health and wellness of your family as well? The last card you've got is the Bird card, asking you to embrace freedom and opportunity. Yeah, opportunity coming up quite a bit in your reading, opportunity to expand, opportunity to grow, but this is opportunity for freedom. How can you create a life where you feel free? What does freedom mean to you? What do you want to be free of? Okay, so yeah, lots of stuff to think about in October. And I think these are valuable questions to ask yourself across the month. So you may want to write them down in a journal or like write them on a calendar to kind of check in with yourself across the month. We'll get one last card here, one last piece of advice for these Virgos in October of 2025, please. Whoa. Yeah, you can't make it up, Virgos. Okay, I'm just taking the card that flipped up. It's the fresh start. This is a fresh start. Don't dwell on the past. Dare to make that bold change. There will be sacrifices and roadblocks, but you are protected. This move is imminent. It is inevitable. What is stale and depressed right now will be revitalized with this new energy. You are being shown the way. All right, so this tower moment, this massive change, no matter what it is or what it has done, there is a fresh start coming out for you towards the end, at least, of October, if not October itself throughout the month. I am wishing you the best of luck across the month, Virgos. You are very wise, very kind people, and I think that you will figure this situation out. I hope that you can return to this reading for any clarity, encouragement, or advice that you may need across the month. I am here cheering you on, and I will see you next time for the November general reading. So take good care of yourself and others, and I will see you then.